everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back with my 10-year lock update. Technically, I'm not 10 years locked until May 15th, but I felt like green today. I felt like green and I wanted to be seen in green, so I'm making the video today. So today's video, I'll be giving you my update, talking about my experience and some of my thoughts and feelings, as well as answering some of your questions from Instagram. But stay tuned, because on my actual LOCIVERSARY, I will be doing some lock maintenance. So I will be filming a lock maintenance update video, so you guys will be seeing how I've been maintaining my hair during the quarantine. So actually, I was just talking about this, and it sucks because how do I put this in words? I've noticed very often in life, I'll speak for myself. I know me personally in life, I know that there's been a lot of times where I've really wanted something, as far as like an achievement or like a goal. I really wanted something and I finally get it, and the excitement in wanting it was a lot more than actually having it. And that's where I'm at right now, and I feel like that sucks. But it also just helps to put things into perspective. It helps me to remember that at the end of the day, not to sound cliche, but life is about the journey and not the destination. That's like the corniest thing I could say right now, but it applies. And I feel like I've had a wonderful lock journey. It's not over yet, and 10 years has been a goal of mine, but it is not my destination, because I'm not cutting my locks off or anything like that, you know what I mean? But it has been a goal of mine, and I'm here, and I kind of feel like, what was the big deal of me wanting to get 10 years so bad? I mean, I guess the number 10 is a cool number or whatever. I feel like an OG, I feel like a veteran in the game or whatever, but so with that being said, 10 years is not a big deal, but I think what is a big deal is that I have gained a lot of knowledge along my journey, and I've been able to share it with you guys. I'm very grateful for what I've grown my locks into and what I've built around my locks as far as my business and my brand. I'm really proud of that. And I'm also proud of my locks itself. A lot of people did not think that I would be able to make it this far because of all the color that I've done to my hair. I've been coloring it for years, but it's still here. It's still here, because at the end of the day, it's all in the maintenance, and I am very up on my lock maintenance. That's most important to me. I'm not too super big on styling, but I am big on lock maintenance. And as you can see, I have my locks in twists still. This is my quarantine lock style. I have washed them in these twists. So I did put a prompt up on Instagram for you guys to send me questions for this video. So I'm going to get into some of them right now. And a lot of you guys were just giving me congratulations. So I'm really appreciative of you guys. Some of you guys told me that I inspired you guys. I really appreciate it. Okay. Brittany 718 asks, is there anything you do differently if you started over? If I started over, the only thing I would do differently is play with a different size. I love how I maintained my locks over the years. I love that I was very regimented. Every 2 weeks, wash and retwist. That's what helped keep my hair nice and uniformed and neat. And I really like that about my locks. So I would keep that up, but I'll probably do a different size. And I'll probably go a little thicker. Hi Keisha, if there's one thing you've learned most about being and staying locked, what would it be? Well, what I just realized today, like I mentioned earlier, it's about the journey, not so much about the destination. Because at the end of the day, what is the destination? Do you guys have like an end goal in mind when it comes to your locks? Do you only want to have your locks for 5 years and cut them off? If so, then okay, that's fine. But I don't really have that in mind. I do intend on trimming them or cutting them shorter at some point. But my locks, I intend on keeping my locks. Maybe one day I will comb them out. I don't have that set in stone in my mind. The only thing that I have really learned is, well, I want to say patience, but patience is something that you're always gonna have to relearn and relearn, because something is always gonna try you and test your patience. I absolutely learned to, or am learning to, just trust the journey. It's not all about the destination, and that's something that like really hit me today. What's one thing you learned about yourself in the past 10 years? One thing I learned about myself is that I am more powerful than I give myself credit. Or to rephrase, I just don't give myself enough credit, period. Like, I'm stronger than I give myself credit for. I'm more powerful. I'm more courageous. I am sweeter than I give myself credit for. I'm more compassionate than I would admit. I'm more loving than I would admit. Sometimes I just don't give myself enough credit, and that's because I've also learned about myself that I'm a bit of an overachiever in certain dynamics. That's been a big realization for me, and it's helped me with my anxiety. Well, I don't even want to say my anxiety anymore. I don't have anxiety. I deal with anxiety sometimes, but it's not my anxiety. I just want to be more intentional with the way I phrase that. And my voice is going. What type of hair do you have? Because it don't look like 4C, maybe 4A/B. Well, you know, I don't really like the hair typing system because I feel like it leaves out people, because at the end of the day, they're trying to say there's only 1A to 4C. That's 12 hair types. You're trying to tell me there's only 12 hair types? No, come on. Is that even right math? A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Thank you. I don't really like to go by the hair typing system anymore, as I've like worked with more hairstylists, professionals, and people who have experience, especially working in Africa with Africans, who's like, if you try to tell them their hair only comes from 4A to 4C, like, you're mad. They're like, there's tons of different types of hair. But if I had to pick one, if I had to reduce myself to one of these hair types, I would say you were right, 4A or 4B. How did you handle the two-headed dragon locks forming after not getting a retwist? This never happened to me. I'm very regimented. I've always been very regimented with my lock maintenance, so I've never had any locks marry due to neglect or due to not getting a retwist. I wash and twist my hair every 2 weeks pretty much my entire journey. Pretty much. I mean, I've definitely taken breaks. I remember one time I tried really hard to like not twist it, and I think I went 3 months, and that did not result in my hair marrying. My voice is slipping away. How long have you been using the oils you made? The horsetail leaf growth oil and the emu oil growth drops. If you're really asking me how long have I been using the ingredients in those oils, maybe the past 5 years. I've been using horsetail leaf, maybe 6 years. I've been using horsetail leaf in my lock journey for the past 6 years. Not as regularly, but I've been using it. Like, if you look back up to my YouTube channel, I have a video where I made a homemade shampoo, and I used horsetail leaf growth oil. I used horsetail leaf in my shampoo recipe. It was only when I decided that I wanted to sell an oil was when I decided, let me cultivate this formula that I think would be beneficial to the masses. So maybe I would say the latter part of my journey, the latter half. Have you ever lost a lock? No, I have not. Do you have any locks that have thinned out? Not just the ends, but throughout? Yes, especially these two, the ones, well, my hair's in twists so you can't see them, but the twists, the locks that were right here, but by my sideburns, those got really, really thin. They didn't like thin and break at any point, but they just themselves, they all got like, they just got really thin, so I combined them. Any locks that I've had that got really thin, I combined. What was the most difficult thing you went through with your locks during these 10 years? The most difficult thing I went through was probably trying to keep it black, because I've colored it countless times, different colors, I've gone lighter, I've gone to reds, I've gone to browns, played around with even like magentas, purples, greens, blue a little bit, and all those colors. You would think black would just cover it up easy one time, but I guess it was my application. I've had to dye my locks black several times to get it completely covered, and even still sometimes I still see brown popping through. So I will say that. What are some struggles you have faced on your journey? Some struggles that I've faced was more so not about lock maintenance, but more so like in the beginning trying to find my femininity in the locks when I didn't feel feminine with my parents. I always had long hair. It was really difficult for me to have short hair and feel beautiful with my short hair. I had to really lean into my inner beauty and my like physical beauty without like outside of my hair, and that was difficult at first, but I talk more about that in my book, More Than a Hair Journey. Definitely check it out. It wasn't easy, but I found that like different life experiences I had really helps me to embrace me for me, and it helped me realize that I didn't even value hair length as much as I thought I did, if that makes sense. But I would say the most difficult part for me was the feeling pretty in the beginning. Yeah, so those are all the questions I'm going to answer right now. 10 years. I mean, my hair is twisted, so you guys are not going to get the true length. And ignore the fact that I'm wearing pajama bottoms. But with my twists, they're at my hips. And when they're outside of my twists, they're at like towards the bottom of my butt. And you'll see that in my next video because my hair will be freshly washed. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my shop, www.KeishaCharmaine.com. Currently sold out. Every time I do a drop now, I sell out quickly. I'm not complaining, I'm grateful. I'm just working hard to make sure I can meet up with my demands, okay? But thank you so much for supporting. I really appreciate you. I will be restocking my head wraps very soon, so stay tuned for that. Join my mailing list to be up to date. People who have ordered emu oils and have not gotten them, I will send you guys an email update this week coming up. And yeah, and I'll email everyone when my oils are back in stock, when all the power duos and the horsetail leaves are back in stock. So thanks for watching. Love, light, and locks. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and remember to subscribe. You can always visit www.KeishaCharmaine.com for hair growth products, hair accessories, and more. But don't leave just yet. Check out my featured video and my latest video.